Yes, we are live on the Armoury TV. We're still smiling. Let's hit the intro and let's get straight into this match review. I'm pressing the wrong button. Hold on. There we go. Yes, welcome to the Armoury TV for the match review. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Joining me today is regular Brenny. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good after yesterday. I've recovered. But yeah, good. You know, what can you do?
Well, we're going to talk about it. That's what we're here for. A bit of therapy. And to the bottom of the screen, making his long-awaited return to the Armoury TV is the one and only Travis. Travis, hit us like you usually do.
Finally, Travis has come back to the Armoury TV to come to entertain and explain, and let's have some fun with the guys. Let's go.
Let's do this. Donning his, we look like an NBA podcast today, but not. We are
the Warriors.
And then there's me with the Knicks. I don't have a team, to be honest with you. If I was to pick any team, it would probably be the jersey you're wearing right now. I just love Steph Curry. But like I said, this is not a basketball stream. So let's get into it. I think there's only one place we can start, and that's in the 12th minute, where Martinelli's goal was arguably struck off because of a foul from Odegaard on Christian Eriksen. Brenny, talk to me.
What foul? What foul? You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many. Well, we have seen so many of those over the years. Forget VAR. No VAR, man. You know, we've seen them so many times where it's, you know, it was just a physical challenge. It was, you know, there was no malice in it in the tackle. It was just man. I'm still fuming at that. You know, I'm still fuming at that because you know, why you let him forget VAR for a minute? Why you let him play go on?
Exactly.
You know, you got the ref, you got the linesman. Why you let him play go on? You understand? I don't get that. I really don't. There was nothing in that, and the goal should have stood. And you know what? Because we Arsenal fans, as we know, we're honest fans. Had that been the other way, because I know United fans will say, "Oh no, you wouldn't." I'd have said, "Wow."
Yeah, I think he's frozen there. But Travis, do you want to?
How many times we've been honest?
Oh, no, he's back. No, carry on.
You know what I mean? So I goal should have stood. End of story.
Yeah, Travis.
Yeah, I think it was an absolutely shocking decision. As you know from our group chats, I keep saying the standard of refereeing in this country is absolutely atrocious. With all of the drama that we've had with VAR on the weekend, we can't have them re-refereeing the game for me. And that's the most important thing. It has to be obvious error. And if anything is subjective like it was, because a lot of people will say that's a soft foul, 5 people would say it's a foul, 5 people say it wasn't. You cannot have people re-refereeing the game. And ultimately, the passage of play continued. The referee on field deemed it not a foul. Therefore, the goal should have been given. It was not obvious error. It was not. Because you saw fouls all over the pitch where if that's a foul, the referee would be whistling every single minute. The amount of shirt pullbacks, the amount of times people are grappled. If you start giving fouls like that, and conceding that those are not goals, you're going to have 1 million goals disallowed within a short amount of time. And VAR once again failed to do what it was intended to do, which is highlight an obvious error. The passage of play continued. The referee deemed it wasn't a bad foul. It wasn't a blatant foul. It was someone pressuring someone, and he went down beforehand. And obviously, I know they're given sometimes, but I think it was an outrageous decision. Outrageous. consider it led to a goal. To disallow that is absolutely outrageous. And they let themselves down once again, the referees, and they need to look back and review all of these decisions in that light. Or if that was a foul, that wouldn't have led to a corner, or that wouldn't have led to a throw-in, that led to, like, we're going down a slippery slope here. Let the people play. Let them play. That's what they're there for, to let them play. Disgusting decision for me. That would have changed the whole match, because they played on the counter. If they were 1-0 down, they would not be sitting back, and it would have been a different outcome altogether. And their tactics ultimately worked because they hit us on the counter over and over again. But it would have been a different game. If you're 1-0 down in the 12th minute, you need to come out and play, and all of their tactics would have gone out of the wall. So it was nonsense decision.
I find it ironic how a guy like Roy Keane would come out and say that was a foul, but back in his day, he would be clattering him and still saying it's not a foul. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad. Rebel from the Man United agenda, big up. In live play, then what is the purpose of VAR? Is an offside check not a re-refereeing the game? Yeah, and that's what it is. That's what it's there for. And it's the inconsistency for me. We've seen it all weekend. Like we were the last game of the weekend, and I don't know about you, but I had a horrible feeling we were going to see something like that. And it just proved that the standard of refereeing and VAR is just not consistent enough. And I think that's where we are annoyed the most, because it's been happening all weekend, and it happens most of the time we go up there, to be honest. We all remember 2004 when there wasn't any VAR. So some of these comments just quick here. So we've got a load of Man United fans in here today, and well, I'm not surprised really. Fans are salty. Okay, but they're going to say that if the shoe was on the other foot, trust me. That's all I'm going to say. Definitely pushed and kicked him. I didn't see him swinging his leg or nothing. So that what Mr. B was watching. Yeah, I had to look over on Monday to watch the game anyway. You couldn't cope with our counter attack. No, we couldn't, especially in the second half. But we're going to go into that. Same old Arsenal always cheating. I do love.
Well, their dishonesty is always honest, you know. But there you go.
It must be evening in Ireland, evening rebel. If Odegaard got the ball, then it was fine. He didn't get the ball, and that left the question open. The question of letting play go on is moot, because if play should have been hold. Well, okay, I can't even read today, but which is not good, is it? Just accept you lost and move on. Arsenal don't do well against good teams, but that's the thing, is you're not a good team.
United player like week in, week out, they're going to struggle.
Anyway, forget the comments. Let's carry on getting into it, man. These guys are talking nonsense. I ain't got time for no foolishness.
We got an Arsenal fan here. We'll say Jason's. After Jason, VAR is interfering like a noisy neighbour with no business sticking its nose in. It really, really is. I mean, couldn't sum that any better. And our parent channel there, Full Time Sports Network. Evening lads, hope all is well. Man United agenda gave the show a shout out in their reaction show last night. Okay. I'm lost there. Let's go into what happened after. So it had to be Anthony that scored the first goal, didn't it?
Yeah.
And to be fair, let's be fair, because that's what we are with the Armoury TV. We have not agenda driven. We're fair. We're honest. Well taken goal, Brenny.
It was a really good finish, and we know that's what he's capable of. And it was just because when I could see that goal was coming. It was when Gabriel the challenge he put in, and it was like, oh boy. I thought as soon as he put that challenge in and he didn't get anywhere, I thought, yeah, it's a goal here. It's a goal. And you can't argue with that at all. We got sucker punched twice. You know, forget their third goal, but we got sucker punched. And at the end of the day, wow, it was like, I was fuming when the goal went in, but I'm not knocking the finish. You know,
and I think the area where the goal came, you know, coming from that right-hand side, and there's a lot of people that I've heard speak about Zinchenko and his possible defensive frailties there, and he wasn't really there to be seen to go and cover him there, Travis, was he?
No, the thing is, right? Listen. What we have to. This is why when I watch a game, I don't just watch it. I watch it through the tactics and the lens of how we play, right? And when we're in possession, we play with a 5-3-2. Okay, so the two centre backs stay at the back, and Zinchenko plays as an inverted winger. So he vacates that position. That's not his fault. He's not there. He's been instructed specifically to control possession and control the game. We're a possession-based team now. He's a disciple. Arteta is a disciple of Pep. And the way we play, we vacate those areas. And we have to give up something in order to maintain possession and to control and dominate the game the way we were doing in that game. He has to vacate those areas. We're playing inverted. So it's not just his fault. I felt like when we play that way, we need to be more aware. As in, there need to be other players coming back and helping him out because he's not there. And this is what happened against Crystal Palace when they were going diagonal long. It's not that he's failing to do it. He's been instructed to play a certain way. And when you're a disciple of Pep, and Pep's teams especially as well, they get done on the counter. That's how they lose. Pep has an atrocious record against Manchester United because they play on the counter. And this is the only weakness to the way that he plays, or the disciples of Pep play. When you play possession football, you get done on the counter, and it happens. And we have to suck it up. And I'm not mad at that. They executed, they've done their game plan, they took their goals very well, they played very well. But what I saw yesterday was we are the superior team. We are. It's as simple as that.
Definitely.
I think you perfectly summed that up, and was only going to echo what you said there about Zinchenko, because a lot of people have been questioning his defensive, but no one actually looks at the game like you've just mentioned there, and the way we play and the way we set up. And against counter teams, we will struggle a bit, and we did that against. And look, listen.
Panelists look good against us because those two leave massive, because we have the 2, the 3, and then the 5. The wing backs position, because they go inverted, there's massive gaps, bro. And when it gets ugly, it looks ugly. But it's just the way we play, and we'll win a lot more games because of it.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. So we're into the break where we're 1-0 down, a little bit downhearted. Obviously, we were still fuming about what happened earlier in the game. I feel in the second half we come back out. I think we played well. Saka finally got his goal, albeit it was pretty much open. But it was nice to see him get that goal. And I thought at that point, we could come back and get something here, Brenny.
Yeah, and even before Saka's goal, I felt we created enough chances to even to get ahead, to get well ahead. I thought we had enough chances to win that game yesterday, and I know we were always going to dominate United in terms of possession and everything else, but that goal, we deserved that, and I was very pleased for Bukayo Saka off the mark at last, and that would give him confidence, because we've talked on here on previous shows about his performances. They've been okay, they haven't been poor, but I think all he needed was, he's already had an assist this season. He's had one assist.
Yeah, that's in the last game, didn't he?
Yeah. And now he scored. So the assist and the goals, more. There's more to come from him this season, as well as his all-round play. And I just love the way he cuts inside, and he did a couple of tricks yesterday. I was impressed with. So, it was a really good finish. But we should have been way ahead before he even scored that, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Travis, would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, and I've been maybe overly harsh on Saka, but I think he's been I disagree with you. I think he's been really poor for about 6 months. I think he's been really poor. I think he's been underperforming, because I'm just holding him to his own high standards. That's what I think it is, and that's his first goal from open play since March 2022. He's scored a few penalties here and there, and he's had 1 or 2 assists. But one of the reasons we lost 6 out of the last 12 games is because the production up front fell off a cliff. I think Martinelli, Smith Rowe, since December, they scored between them, I think, 4 goals or 5 goals between the front, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka. They scored, I think, 5 goals altogether, or 6 goals, including the penalties. And that's where our 4th place challenge kind of fell apart, because they stopped scoring. And we saw that again yesterday. Just in the final third, they just lacked that not Martinelli. I need to remove him from this because I think he's elevated his game this season.
Yeah.
But Smith Rowe, who basically disappeared in the second half, was a non-factor. But Saka, the final third finishing has been lacking. I just feel like they just need to add an extra dimension. What made Salah and Mane and there's other great forwards elite is the finishing. It's when you get your chances, you take them. That's what separates the great from the best of the best. That's what separates the 1-0 games, the 2-0 games in the tough top 6 matchups. That's the difference. That's where you win or lose. The Mahrez, they take their goals. Mahrez scored 30 goals last season. And that's the difference. Saka, if he really wants to be heralded as one of the great Arsenal greats, he needs to start getting to double digits routinely and take those difficult chances and half chances. And I think we just need a little bit more from him.
I think, and I hear what you say, and I do agree to a certain extent. We got to remember they are young guys, and I think they will learn from this. And I think the way Saka did take his goal, we took the chance well. I know the goal was pretty much over him, as a defender in front of him, and that was it.
Yeah.
But I think that helped him, and they're going to learn. And Saka's only 20, 21. Smith Rowe, he's not really been featuring as much as he had done in the early parts of last season. Like you said, Martinelli, he's just mustard. The way he cuts in, you think something's going to happen. And obviously now we've got Jesus there. I think that's only going to help them, and I think it's going to make them better, especially as the season goes on. So I'm not too concerned. Maybe in the window I would have got another winger in, because after that it's Reece Nelson that can probably play that side. Is he still there? Did he go?
Reece is injured, and I think he's going to be out for about 4 to 5 months. It's a long-term injury. So Marquinhos is the backup, or Vieira, I guess.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what happens. I expect to see Marquinhos probably on Thursday when we play Zurich. So we'll talk about them, but we'll obviously save that for the preview. But as we mentioned before, they caught us on the counter again. 6 minutes later for Rashford who, by the way, is looking a better player this season under Ten Hag. Rashford, we'll have to give him his dues. Took the goal really, really well. And again, I think it was just the whole counter attack. We were just left behind, weren't we? There, Travis, you can take that one.
No, so Rashford, I don't think he's been reinvigorated. They're just playing to his strengths. And I always say to people, it's not players are inherently bad players. It's about the system. And if you put Marcus Rashford in a counter-attacking team, he's going to look exceptional. It's the games where he's playing against the low block that he looks average. When he's got no space to run in behind, where the team is basically set up and you have to break them down, that's when he looks pretty poor. So we're not going to judge him on a game where his team had 40% possession, or when he goes up against City and they have like 30% possession. It's the games where they do have the ball and they need to break down the team. That's when I want to see if Marcus Rashford has really turned the corner. But right now, he played, except he took his goal as well against us. I'm not gonna deny that. He looks good, but it's not. I won't judge him on these games.
Yeah. Brenny, would you agree with that? And also, at that point when we went 2-1 down, did you feel like we've still got enough? We're still in this game. We've got a chance to get something in.
Yeah, I felt at 2-1 down. I thought that we still had a chance. We still had a chance to get back into the game. But then when I saw the substitutions,
well, we're going to go on to that one for sure in a minute.
Yeah. So, but then all I can say is when I saw that and we lost the shape, I said, no, we're not getting back into this.
Yeah. So let's go on to these subs, because for me personally, I think this is where we lost the game. I think it was a bit naive. I could see we needed some changes. We needed some fresh legs on there. But 3 and the 3 that he took off at that time was with 20 minutes to go. I thought was absolutely crazy, because we were still in that game, Travis.
Yeah, it was a bit. This is one of my biggest criticisms for Arteta. This is why we, until this year, we very rarely turn around deficits, is because his substitution choices are a bit strange for me sometimes. I don't see what he's trying to do, and it just ultimately it didn't work. It made us worse.
We were open at the back, because we
open at the back. He just went ultra offensive, and when a team is setting up to hit you on the counter and you open up at the back, it was like I felt like they could have had more. It was every time they got in behind, it looked like a goal for me. So it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Yeah, Brenny, would you say that's where we lost it with those 3 changes in particular?
Definitely. And when Zinchenko, for me, it was when Zinchenko went off, and we lost the shape on that left hand side. And I thought if you're gonna, if you're at home, I always find that if you're at home and you're chasing the game, and you're going to make those subs, it doesn't matter who you play against. 9 times out of 10, it always seems to come off. But it's like when you're away from home and you're doing that, it's like, wow. When I saw Zinchenko was coming off, I was like, no way, why? I mean, I know he's just come out with injury.
Yeah, fitness issue. I think it might be a fitness issue.
For injury, isn't it? So, but I thought he did okay, regardless, But then I thought, who else could come in at left back? And I don't know if he looked like Martinelli was at left back. I don't know, but the shape had just gone. Or maybe I'd have thought, why not go with 3 centre halves and go with wing backs?
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, definitely. I just when I saw the 3 substitutions, I turned around to my 8-year-old son. I said, "We're not going to win this now. It's game over. They'll score."
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened. We won't go into too much about the third goal because again, it was the same thing. It was more of the counter-attack thing. We were wide open. They were always going to score, and like you said, it could have easily been 4 or 5 after that point. But we do have a special guest with us. He's joined late as usual, but he won't be the Niger English Panelists. How are you?
Hey. Yeah, now.
My
people.
What's happening?
What's happening, man?
Bro. It's a tough morning, not because necessarily we played badly, but it's the team that we lost to. That's what got me.
That's the one.
That's what I would have given a loss against Villa to win this game. I was trying to tell people were laughing at me when I said that. Just not to lose to United was what I wanted to avoid. And I don't know what's been said. I've only caught the last 5 minutes, but for me, yeah, we were the better side, but we've been often the better side at Old Trafford and end up with no points. So I'm not bigging us up for being the better side. And I believe the biggest issue for me in the game, as much as I'm Arteta lost that game for us, bro.
Yeah, and that's what we were touching on. It was those 3 substitutions.
Even before then, we shouldn't have gone 2-1 down, bro. At 1-1, there's 30 minutes to go, Mikel. 30. There's no rush for the second goal. Calm things down for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't concede. Keep your shape, and then we go again. Do you get what I'm saying? The way he was acting is like it was the last 5 minutes. We're in a rush. We got to nick that goal. Blah blah blah. And that's what really hurt us. We needed calm for 10 minutes, and we because the game's ours at 1-1. Let's not get it. The game is all ours. The momentum's with us. Just hold your shape. Don't change anything. Just keep calm for 10 minutes. Because in previous seasons, Arsenal love to concede after scoring. And what happens? It happens. Do you know what I'm saying? 6 minutes later, we can see the goal by playing a high line and playing right into their hands.
I was just about to say about the high line, yeah.
Yeah, it was not needed. And when it comes to 2-1, we're still in the game for sure. But my issue with the substitutions is not necessarily he made 3 and that was wild enough. But the fact that Arteta was thinking about the 3rd goal before we got the 2nd goal. That's what those substitutions showed me. He was trying to win that game, not to try and equalize. He was thinking, we can get 2 here. You know what I'm saying? Big man, just get the second goal first. You know what I'm saying? Get the second equalized first, and then focus on what we need to do to because a 2-2 draw doesn't look bad. See, these are the 2 things that piss me off. The Tottenham game, we draw against Tottenham last season.
That's the thing.
Through the kitchen sink, and he done it again today. I love the guy, but he's gonna be. I'm sure he must have been beating the shit out of himself last night because he had a howler of decision making that lost us that game. Because Man U were there for the taking. We played right into their hands, and they punished us. Fair play to them.
He got one tactically, and for me, you learn a lot more from losing. I learned a few things. I want to talk with you guys what I learned from that team. Sambi is not a 6. My man couldn't smell danger if he was in front of a machine gun, bro. He is not a 6. I think he played pretty well, considering he's like he had in the team, whatever else, yeah. But he does not smell danger from a mile off. And if we play the way we play, we need someone who could sniff danger and preemptively get into positions to protect Zinchenko or protect Ben White and just sniff out things. Like my man is just terrible at noticing danger. So I think he was at fault for the first 2 goals, not being in the right place at the right time to stop potential goals.
Travis, I'm not gonna let you do this with Sambi, man. Because for me, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, predominantly on a bigger scale, yeah. But for me, Sambi played better than any Arsenal fan expects him to play at Old Trafford. So I'm not gonna be too harsh on Sambi. And for me, the guy that I'm gonna completely cook, because he's been doing this since the back end of last season. I called it out last year. Gabriel, bro.
Gabriel's been dry. You didn't let me finish. I said you learn more. This is what I'm saying. Let me finish, bro. Let me break it down. I'm breaking it down. You're not letting me break it down. Let me break it down. So the first thing is Sambi is not a 6. I stand by what I said. He is not a 6. My man is too carefree and sloppy. He's passing like he's Kevin De Bruyne. Bro, side to side backwards. We needed a bit of Mo yesterday, bro. Side to side backwards. Side to side backwards. You're getting too excited when you're not passes, giving the ball away for the second goal, Taras. And then
I reckon the second goal was Zinchenko's fault more than Sambi.
Second one for me is Gabriel, man. Gabriel's been shocking. Like Arteta told us everything we needed to know, though. He said he was trying to get Martinez for a reason, because he's been seeing Gabriel and been thinking, I don't know about this, you know. And this is why he was trying to get Martinez in through the door. And then the second one was with Saka. He needed a little bit of help because Saka's been a bit dry. He tried to get like Rafinha. Everything we need, Arteta can see it, but we just need to be patient. It's happening, man. Just calm, people, calm.
Go on,
but Travis, you're right. Like, to be honest, I'm not in meltdown like a lot of our fan base. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the grand scheme of things, what the narrative will be is Arsenal came against their first test and they choked. That's going to be the narrative, innit?
Right.
But that's because social media don't want to listen to the full version of the narrative. Let me break it down for you. Man City have dropped points against Aston Villa and Newcastle. Liverpool have dropped points against Crystal Palace, Fulham, and Everton. So, but no one's talking about that. Chelsea have dropped points against Leeds, you know, 3-0, Southampton, and freaking Spurs. Do you know what I'm saying? Spurs have dropped points at Chelsea and West Ham. Like, no one's talking about these teams when they had their first test, they're choking and all that. But like, what are you talking about? It took 6 weeks for us to drop points, innit? Let's not forget that. We're like, all that happened this weekend was we officially ended the chance of any team going unbeaten this season, innit? That's what that really happened, innit? That's literally what happened. No, there's nobody in the fan base or in the world of football that after week 6 expected Arsenal to be sitting on top. People say, oh, they're winning games that they're supposed to win. Like, what does that even mean anymore? Like, what are you talking about?
In the Premier League, that means nothing.
Nothing. Like,
it doesn't mean anything.
How many years have you said Arsenal aren't winning the games that's supposed to be winning? But now we're winning them. It's like, it's nothing.
No one wants to talk about it.
Like, make it make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I saw enough yesterday for me to be confident that we're going to bounce back at home to Everton.
Easy.
So with that,
guys,
said,
let me touch on something. Sorry.
Go.
Let me just touch on something what Nigel was saying, yeah? It's like when the fixtures first came out. Oh, Sky, Friday night. Sky wanted that fixture because they were looking at a 3-0 Palace. They were looking at a 3-0 Palace win. They didn't get their wish. We shut them up. And then it's all of a sudden, well, Palace are nobody. But they're very strong at Selhurst Park. So, come on.
They took points against Liverpool.
At Anfield.
Shut them up. So, yeah, with all that said, because that's going to go on to what I want to talk about. And I mentioned this last week in the Villa review. I want to see us how we react after a loss. I didn't want the loss to come this early, but given the results went kind of our way this weekend, and we're still obviously top of the league, which obviously we're not saying we're going to win the league, but to be in the top four.
My test, we're going to win the league.
So please don't. Please.
Edit that part out.
Yeah.
We're not there.
I said after a loss, I want to see how we respond. I don't want to see us go on a 3-game losing run now. It's we lose one game, and then we'll come back the next week. We'll forget about Zurich midweek. That's Europa. I'm talking Premier League. We've got Everton at home. We come out and get a really good, solid result. I'm talking like 2 or more goals. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see us
W, bro. I don't care about that.
then go
And
and losing run.
own
And
goal, I don't care, bro.
if we beat them, for me, that's when I believe yes, the mentality has definitely changed. Would you not agree? Who wants to take that one up first?
I'm with you. Like I don't even need a 2-0 3. I just need a win, bro. I literally just need a W. Like a deflected goal off someone's bum. I don't give a damn. Just try to collect those 3 points because that, like, the narrative if we draw or lose that game. Here we go, same old Arsenal. Last season they lost to United, then lost to Everton. That same thing is happening this season. So I just want to. I just need the win just to change the narrative. And if we can win up until the Spurs game, boy, things are interesting again. Do you know what I'm saying? They're coming to the carpet, right? Or are we going there?
Yeah, we usually play at home first, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm not sure that, but regardless, I'm not scared of Spurs. Like, so there's enough in us for me to be confident that the next 2 games against I think Brentford and Everton. Yeah. Brentford away, we owe them one, so I need us to go and win that game at Brentford. To be fair. And Everton, I don't rate Fat Frank, so we should get the win there.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, what I will say is, expectation is the thief of joy. Okay, we're top of the league, lads, man. Why? Like, this is what we need to remember. We are top of the league. Okay, and
more wins than anybody.
Nothing but positive. And I still think if we've got a full strength squad, we get Mo back in 6 to 8 weeks. Hopefully, we get Party back, part-time Party. We're gonna do massive things, man. We're gonna do massive things. So I'm happy about how everything's going, man.
I'm not sure about happy about everything's going because we still got 5 weeks of Sambi. Even though Sambi played well, as you said, he's not a 6. He's doing a job there. He's not a 6, innit? But what I did like though, I don't know if you guys will be surprised at this, is although he didn't have a lot of time, Diego looks like he's got a little bit about him, like after seeing him for a full 90 would be nice because he had a couple touches where that if he'd played the full game, maybe he hits that shot on target. There was one through ball that he hit through that was like, I can see a little bit of his start. So I'm wanting to see him starting in the midweek game so I could get a proper look at him.
I think he'll definitely start midweek.
Him and Marquinhos and Eddie even. Eddie should start that game as well. I just want to see some different boys get a full 90 to see. 100%. And everyone's saying, "Oh, Jesus, he's fallen off." Big man, he scored in every other game he's played in this season. So calm yourselves down. And it was because of him we got the goal that Saka scored. His hustling and buffs. So
he had a great game. Who said he played bad?
So he
had a really good game yesterday.
Listen, we all know about this. How reactive can be. I've been seeing some Arteta out after 1 loss. We've won our first 5 games after 1 loss. Stop it. Stop that nonsense right now. Stop it.
When I'm watching game, I don't know what other people are seeing. Like, because Jesus was probably our best player yesterday. He was amazing.
Our best player for me was Sambi, innit? DJ Damos. I'm Sambi's biggest advocate yesterday, man. He did better than I. That's for me, innit? That's for me, innit? Like you guys, the sheer fact that he's not a 6 and he's playing at Old Trafford, like for me, the goal. I blame Zinchenko for passing it to him in that situation. Like,
you're going feeling for the facts, bro. You're going feeling for the facts.
Bro, I watched the game. I'm not gonna cook him. I'm not gonna cook him for like that one mistake. I believe Zinchenko set him up.
I'm gonna have to clip it up for you, bro. The first 2 goals were his fault, bro. I'm gonna have to clip it up for you.
Gabriel for that first goal, bro. Sorry, Gabriel.
Okay, people watching this back, do you agree with Travis? Let us know.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying I like the way Sambi played, and I love Sambi as a player. I think he's a long-term replacement to Xhaka. He should play at 8, box-to-box midfielder. But I'm just saying, yesterday he was at fault for the first 2 goals, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, how can you let Gabriel off? He stays on his feet. We don't concede that goal, brother.
Gabriel was the worst Arsenal player there. He was a disgrace. I said this. If I would try Saliba and White at centre back because Gabriel, the last 3 games, has looked shaky as hell. Mad shaking.
I'd even try Tomiyasu as the left centre back. With
Oh yeah,
That's
that's a good.
why not?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
Gabriel maybe just needs to sit. Like, I'd love to see Tomiyasu and someone in the middle for the Europa League game to see what it looks like. So I've not seen enough of Tomiyasu as a centre back. I've seen him play on the left and on the right, but not as a centre back. So I'd like to see him because he can use both feet as well. So
when he come on in those positions, he's played really, really well. So you don't really want to change too much of him at the minute. But yeah, Gabriel's the second. I think that, like Travis said, I think this is why we were looking at Martinez to be a backup. That Man United fans, you listening? We only wanted him to backup. That's why we were paying the money for him, and that's why you got him. But anyway, should we go on to some player ratings? This is gonna be fun, isn't it?
Mate.
All right, let's start with Ramsdale. I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you take it in turns. I'm going to start with Brenny on Ramsdale.
He didn't have much to do, to be fair.
He didn't. Nah, I'd say 6. I would say 6. For me, he made one error, which thankfully it wasn't a goal, but it was when he played the ball out really short, and then we lost possession quickly, and then United couldn't capitalise. But I'd say 6.
Okay, fair enough. Are we in agreement with that one? I think it's probably a bit generous.
Yeah. 5, I would have said, but
5.
I just think that he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, the goals he weren't at fault for.
Yeah, he wasn't at fault for the goals.
He's still. I think he's still carrying that thigh injury as well. So, and I'd rather have a 70% Ramsdale in goal than Matt Turner, to be honest, at the moment.
Listen, there was six shots on target. He conceded 3. Bro, you got to do better than that. You just got to do better.
But was he at fault for any of the goals though, Travis?
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
I mean,
if you have
they were all one-on-ones, bro. All one-on-ones. What do you expect the man to do, bro?
This is your job. This is when you shine, brother.
Okay, tell me the one he should have got to. Tell me the one he should have got to now.
This is what makes Alisson for me.
Nah, don't dance around it. No, don't dance, Travis. Tell me the one he should have got, and I'll shut my mouth, bro.
Any of the tree.
Which one?
When you go one-on-one, bro, I don't like seeing that stuff, bro.
He's not moving. This is Travis. If we know anything, he's moving. 5. All right.
I'm with the 5 too.
Go on then, Travis. I'm giving you Zinchenko.
6.
6. Are we in agreement with 6? Straight up 6.
5.
Yeah, he didn't do too much, really, did he? I think 5.
His midfield runs weren't as effective yesterday.
Because I gave Travis Zinchenko, I'm going to give Niger Gabriel.
-1.
You can't give -1. What?
Yeah, okay, 2. I'll give him 2.
2?
Little Desmond, yeah, 2.
Yeah, he does get spun though, doesn't he?
Brother, why are you shaking your head? The guy is a joke, bro. He's a clown. What is this, man? Like, as in, what are we doing here? He used to cook Mustafi for less than this, and then we're letting off.
I do think though he'll get better. I'm hoping he learns from what he's doing here. And
I think
he's got such a calm partner in Saliba, which is nuts because he's younger than him.
My concern is he's not learning. Silva, he's not learning. It's happening every week right now. Towards the back end of last season, bro.
He's not improving. He stayed the same. Like, he's not improving.
Wait, but do you know what? I want to ask you, like, is it that his confidence has got higher, which has got him trying to do more things? Because when he first came, he didn't dwell on the ball a lot. He'd get it out of there. It wasn't too much. He'll touch it, cross-field pass. But now maybe his confidence is so high, he's trying to do too much, whereas it's forcing him to make. I don't know, but he's not looking as comfortable with the ball as he looked in his first season. I don't like.
Would you say he's just too safe for where his position is? Obviously, that left centre back. Like, we don't really have anyone that can cover for him.
Maybe now.
Saliba and White, man.
I'll say try holding, but let's go on.
Oh hell no! You ain't gonna try and sneak that in there.
Hey, he played left centre back in the FA Cup final against Diego Costa and had him in his pocket.
All right, Tony, keep it pushing.
Yeah. And don't forget.
Yeah, we forgot. Saliba. What did you say for Saliba?
Saliba gets like a 6. Like he done nothing wrong.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Like just because he's part of that partnership, he's only getting a 6 because we conceded 3 at the end of the day. But Saliba, you can't fault the guy. The guy's mustard.
Yeah.
We don't really need to say anymore, do we? Let's go on to Ben White.
6.
All right, Travis.
6.
He's taken Ben White.
Yeah,
I don't think he's done anything too bad. I don't think he's done anything great. I think 6 is probably fair. Brenny, take Sambi. I'm taking Sambi away from these two down here.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm gonna give Sambi 7.5. I thought he did quite well yesterday.
Even me, I'm a bit like, yo.
You know what I mean? I thought the magnitude of the game itself, and he had to come in. You know, he's fourth choice, and he came in. I thought he did all right in that regard.
Yeah, he did 7.5.
Breaking up play, he looked very comfortable in possession as well. And to be honest, I thought they would have been up against a stronger midfield in McTominay and Ericsson, but nah, man. I thought he did all right in that regard.
No,
I didn't think it was poor.
Travis, you got to remember, right? Sambi, he's come in at such a critical stage of our run right now. It's his second game in a long time, and I actually do think he done too bad. You could say it was at fault.
Silva, I don't think Travis is annoyed with you giving him props. It's the 7.5 that is.
Yeah,
That's
even me, I love
Listen. I love Sambi. You're getting it wrong, but I'm saying a 7.5 is outrageous. My man was no.
What are you giving him, a 7?
I'm giving him a 5.
5.
Nah, come on, Travis, man. I would have honestly have said if we drawn the game, I would have comfortably given him a 7. But as we didn't and we lost by 2 at 6.5, right? He had a good game. Don't get it twisted. He did a lot better.
I'm sure Brenny could.
I thought we bossed that midfield up before the second goal, their second goal. So you know what I mean. And that's why I'm also giving that, because I thought Ian Xhaka bossed that midfield.
Listen, he lost possession 5 times. He lost possession 5 times, 2 interceptions, and 0 tackles. You're a 6, bro. How can you have 0 tackles, man? How can you have 0 tackles in 74 minutes, man? And you're giving this guy a 7.5. He's a 6. What's wrong with you, man? Like, come on. Obviously, his passing's decent.
I'll tell you what.
No.
6.5, man. 6.5.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
7.5. Give Sambi
7.5.
Put it down in the comments.
That's wild, bro. That's close to man the match numbers there.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it's true. All right, I'm gonna move on to Nigel. Is he Xhaka or is he 36? What is his number again?
You don't even know his number. That's how bad things are. Yeah, so number 34. Number 34. I'll give him a. He didn't have as good a game as Sambi, so I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, didn't really do too much. Odegaard, I thought he was all right, to be honest with you.
Just don't ask me about the guy. Like, dismiss me with this one, because I got to say it.
I thought he weren't too bad. You know, he stood up strong against Ericsson. Ericsson went down like a ferry that he is. So you know, I thought he played all right. I thought.
If you're trying to trigger me, Silva, it's working, man.
All right, he's a 6. I just wanted to see your. That was all. I can't really see him. There's only one more that's getting more than a 6, isn't there? There's only one written, isn't there?
I'm even giving Odegaard 5.5, bro. The guy pissed me
off. No, he wasn't that bad.
I'll tell you what. Should I tell you why? Let me tell you why. Because not only the first half where he's supposed to have shot rather than looking for 75 passes, that first chance that puts
Yeah,
us
he does.
1-1.
I see that. Yeah.
In the second half, the sitter, the absolute sitter that he kicks to the corner flag. I don't know how you can do that.
Yeah.
Like, and then like everyone was fighting me on my previous show. I said for this game away from home, I want a ball carrying number 10. ESR for me started that for me, innit? I know Arsenal fans like he's the glue, he dictates game. Like for me, I just want my manager to sometimes look at the team we're playing. Sometimes we need a player to break the lines, carry the ball. ESR from the start would have been perfect for me for me in it. That's hindsight. I called it before the game. It might just be hindsight now, but I said that's what we needed. But for me, Odegaard 5.5, man. He needs to be better. Away from home, big game, our captain, you gotta do better.
Odegaard has these games every once in a while where he disappears. My man had 67% passing accuracy, man. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, he just goes missing. Like, Sambi played way better than him. Way better. Yeah. He getting a 4 from me. 4.
Wow.
Oh, Travis, we've missed you, man. Really have missed you. Let's go on to Saka. Finally got that goal. Who am I going to go to for Saka? Let's go Niger.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was get your head down, so I thought, no,
this is a weird one. This Saka one for me. I'm not gonna lie because he had Malasia's number. Let's be honest, he kind of had Malasia's number, but I just don't think. But I just don't think he went at him enough because he actually had his number. He had him beat like from early in the game. Like keep going at him. You know what I'm saying? We didn't utilize that. Yeah, he got the goal as well. He could potentially have got an assist if that goal is stuff. What a hell of a pass for the one that was disallowed, to be honest. That was a really good right into the play. Not used to that from Saka, them type of passes. But for me, I can't give him higher than a 6.5 in it. Even though he got the goal. Like and I hope that for me it's probably as in terms of effectiveness, probably his best game this season. And I hope he pushes on, but I can't give him more than the 6.5 because we did still lose that game. I don't know if anyone agrees with that. I don't know.
I would have given him a 7. I thought he did play quite well. I thought he like you said, he did give him some problems down that side for me. I would probably give him a 7, to be honest. I don't know what everyone else would. Just quickly, Brenny, what would you give him?
I would have given him 7.
Travis, quick.
Like a 7.5. I think that was probably his best game.
Look at this guy. So he had a better game than Sambi, yeah.
It's the best game of the season for me yesterday, Saka. This is what I expect from him. Directness, running at players, getting a goal, almost getting an amazing assist. My man was balling out.
Should have had a penalty.
If
that Odegaard foul was a foul, then that's a penalty. Simple.
So, yeah, I thought that was his best game of the season. I thought it was good. 7.5 for me.
I don't mind squeezing a 7, but I'm struggling because we lost to give him
more. We're for 7. There we go. I'm going to give Travis Martinelli, and then Brenny can have Jesus. So go on, Travis.
I'll give him a 6.5. He could have had a great game, but I think he kind of struggled. I think they played him very well. Man United played him very, very well in this second half. So I'll give him a 6.
But you gave Saka a 7.5.
Yeah. If he scored, it would have been a different story, but he didn't score in it.
No, he scored. That was a goal. The way he took that, class.
In our day, that's a goal, but in today's football, that's
Roy King Vieira Day was a goal all day long.
Facts.
We don't live in that era anymore. Like literally, I watched it back. I don't know how anyone falls from that little contact, but it's the game now, isn't it? So it is what it is, isn't it? But I didn't see an obvious error, which is why I don't know why they checked it out anyway, because the ref didn't. There was no obvious error, but when you have when you slow it down and look at it 75 million times, of course it's going to look like a massive foul, innit? Put it in slow motion, but if they took it back to the start of the play and maybe watched it in game speed, maybe it would have been different. But that wasn't the reason we lost yesterday. We were just poor at it.
No, there was a combination of a lot of things, and we have covered that.
Yeah.
Colin Brenny, give us a score for Jesus. Probably one of the best players on the pitch.
He was our best player on the pitch. He gets an 8. He gets an 8. The only thing he was missing was goals, but he was a handful for the centre halves. He was just everywhere. The man does not stop running. He was an absolute terrier. He's a warrior, that guy. He's an absolute warrior.
Nigel, what are you saying?
Look, yeah, I agree he's a warrior and all that, but these numbers we're throwing in, bro. Guys, we lost the game 3-1, bro. How can anyone in the pitch get an 8, bro, after we were naive and lost the game 3-1? Like, Jesus, yes,
can still perform to a level.
yes, he still performed well, but there's too many times where the ball came across the goal and he wasn't where he needed to be. He was too busy dropping deep for me. He did a lot of work, don't get it twisted. He did a lot of Lacazette-like things yesterday that it looks good because he's hustling and tracking in, but when you need him in the final third, where Martinelli's beating 4-man and then cutting it back and no one's there to be cut back to, it's kind of annoying, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I love what he does all around the pitch, but sometimes I just want man to be a 9. Sometimes just be a 9. Do you get me? Like, I'm not going to be too critical about him because he did lots of great stuff, but as he didn't score and we didn't take anything from it, I can't give him higher than a 7, innit? 7. Person.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I think, yes, he was one of our best players. Maybe 8 is high. We didn't win the game. He didn't get an assist or goal. And I think Jesus himself will probably mark himself down as well, to be honest. And that's the kind of player he is. It was Brenny's score. We'll give him the 8 because he probably was one of our better players in there.
8.
I know, because we're going to move on to the subs just real quick. Quick fire. I'll give you 1 each. So we'll go with Smith Rowe, Brenny, go.
Didn't we do it like, did he? I'd just say just a bog standard 5.
Fair enough. I'm going to give Travis and Nketiah
5.
He should have had a penalty as well.
Yeah. Vieira for you.
For me, I was just saying NA, not applicable for any of them.
Tommy Aston, NA. Yeah. All right, this is the one now. This is the one, right? I'm going to go to all of you. Mikel Arteta. So start with you, Nigel Englishman.
Oh, why me first, bro? I'm gonna I love the guy, and look, 5 wins out of 6, still top of the league. But to that day, he got it completely wrong, man. At 1-1, he's the one that lost us that game, to be honest. I got to give him a 4 out of 10.
Yeah. Travis, 4 fair.
5 out of 10. No, 4 is a bit harsh because I still love the way we played and we dominated. But I think Ten Hag got the better of him yesterday. I'm sorry, but he just got the better of him. So,
but there was no need for that, though. That's the thing. We're 1-1, 30 minutes to go. Manage the game, bro. He was on the side, let's go. Fucking get out of there. Brother, relax yourself, bro.
Listen. What I've noticed about Arteta, he doesn't believe in draws. It's a win or lose. That's it. There's no draw, nothing. It's just win or lose. A draw means nothing to him. He's like, nah, 1-1, forget that. This is him the whole time. Forward.
Nah, 4 for me.
Fair enough, Brenny.
I bet Brenny will give him like an 8, bro. Go on.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I'm with Travis on this one, man. I thought 5 as well, because the performance was there.
Yeah.
We were the better side. It's that he would have got higher had his some substitutions been better, and we'd have got at least a draw out of that. Because when the substitutions died, he messed that up, man. So I can't give him no higher than a 5.
How do you mess 3 substitutions up and you're not giving him higher than a 4? I don't get it, bro. Because he got it wrong. How many?
No.
Wait, Travis.
Wait. Performance. You can't just dismiss the performance. The performance was there.
Yeah. Should I tell you why I'm dismissing
the execution wasn't, but the performance was.
Should I tell you why I'm dismissing the performance? Because you don't win by performing well at Old Trafford, bro. You win by taking your chances and managing the game. And it's happened to us under Wenger, under Armoury, and now under Arteta. Do you get what I'm saying? This was naivety, bro. All that playing football means bullshit if you're not taking your chances when they come.
No,
you know
I'm not having it. I'm not having it. There's a fun thing I got to say.
The manager got it wrong.
No. it does. The performances absolutely matter because you set up patterns of play
not in the big games, bro. Not in the big games. We've done
and
it
it
before.
always
And
comes
lost.
down to execution because you want the best patterns of play to win future games. The way, if we keep playing this way, we're going to win a lot of games. That is just a simple. The execution wasn't there, but if we keep playing this way, we're going to win a lot of games. And I'd rather
we're not going to win this.
great football than just play poorly and then you just nick it. Because you saw what happened to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was riding these lucky wins and playing poorly and just winning. But the patterns of play weren't there. And then the chickens come to roost. Eventually, you get found out. So once you get the foundations right, and the foundations right, we went to Old Trafford and had 60% possession. I ain't seen that for 15 years, bro. I'm happy with that.
You're lying, bro. You're lying. Wenger done it constantly, having all the ball, all the possession, and we did nothing with it. We didn't win the game, bro. Stop doing this, Travis. Like, I get the patterns of play. We're playing good football. I'm not debating that. But sometimes it's not football that's going to win you the game. Sometimes just manage the game properly. At 1-1, you manage the game. You either get the draw, or you manage the game and go in 2-1, bro. Stop.
Successful manager, Pep Guardiola has won this league with best patterns of play. Yes, he gets caught out. Sometimes they hold a 5-0. Sometimes they hold a 6 on the counter. But because of the patterns of play and you establish the right foundation, you win more often than not. Pep Guardiola, the most decorated manager ever, believes in that. Okay, I'm not a man to go against it.
Pep is not naive at 1-1. The difference is with Pep at 1-1, he would have calmed his players down. He would have said, yo, guys, there's no rush. We got plenty of quality in this team. We don't need to rush for that second goal. That's the difference, bro. And that's what I'm talking about. Fuck patterns of play. Fuck patterns of playing, bro.
Pep held a 5-0 at Liverpool. Pep's lost a 7-0 against Dortmund. Pep's had a couple of big
Which 5-0 at Liverpool did Pep lose, bro? He never lost 5-0 at Liverpool. Don't do that. Pep's never lost.
Damos is commenting, Nigel.
Right.
Anyway, I got to go, lads. To be continued. Big everybody.
Brought the energy.
Bro, it's not about, look, I didn't say relax, bro. I said manage the game. Don't go gung-ho like you need to win right here, right now. Listen to my context, DJ Damos. I'm not saying relax. I'm just saying manage the game, fill it out for the next 10 minutes. Don't concede. And then what? There's 20 minutes to go. You can decide to turn it on a little bit. Or there's 10 minutes to go. Then you can really go for it. Maybe throw in an Eddie and then really go for that second goal.
You know what? You're onto something here, Nigel. And I'll tell you why. And I agree with you on that front, because at 1-1, for about 10 minutes or so, just keep it tight. Keep hold of the ball. And also, you know what I mean? Just keep hold of the ball. And also, we weren't in any. United didn't even look as if they were even going to score a second, even before the equaliser. They didn't look like they was going to score. So keep possession, keep it tight. The line shouldn't have been high, and then we go again. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely do hear that, and I also hear Travis's point as well. I do hear his point.
Yeah, no,
Travis, no doubt.
I hear Travis. The performance thing. Look. 9 out of 10 times we play that game, we probably win that. Do you get what I'm saying? But my issue's not with how we played. My issue is the naive moment. Yeah, the naivety at the crucial moments. Like
key moments.
I want us to keep
moments.
And let's be honest. I personally think our manager will learn from that experience.
100%.
And hopefully he wouldn't make it again, because he doesn't usually make the same mistake twice, not too often. So I think he'll learn from that.
I think you are. You're spot on. I think you're spot on there. Look, Solo's here. We're doing fine, mate. We're doing fine. Sitting pretty at the top of the league. It's like, he didn't do nothing. Didn't do anything. In fact, actually, you might have made us better. So we'll thank you next week, hopefully. It's going to give our team 10 out of 10. Is that just in general? Probably just in general.
What makes me laugh is that I thought last night, I thought we're 5 points behind United. That's what I thought. I thought, really?
Yeah. Look, it's just we don't like losing to Man United. It's that simple.
Yeah, of course not. The business with them, but I'd rather be where we are right now.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, there's never an ideal time to lose. Let's have it right. But if it was, that was it. and now we're going to see how we bounce back, and that is the most important thing to me.
Right.
We'll have that game midweek. Most of the players that feature every week won't be playing, so it's all about how we react against Everton.
Saka should not be on that bench, or please, Arteta, I beg you.
Yeah, just leave
him
him
near that squad, bro. Let him rest, man. I beg.
Yeah.
Damos says Man United has had us in the first few minutes. We managed to find our feet, put it on them. I think that's what he meant. Perhaps Arteta wanted to keep up the tempo at 1-1 before Man United regained control. Yeah, quite possibly. You could see that. Adam, Arteta trying to do the Pep thing, stubborn. I want to play the high line and throw everyone forward. We don't have the facilities for that, big man. Which is kind of true, you know. Like you're throwing a guy like Fabio Vieira, who, you know, he had flashes of he looked good, but you know, at that point when you're losing 2-1 against Man United, it's a big ask for him. It really is. Fair points, Nigel. Hopefully Arteta and the team can learn from it, and that's all we want. Good morning, Gary over there. Hope you're well. FTSN comes, like I said, the game changed when Ronaldo was subbed on. Arsenal knew Ronnie wouldn't be able to spin Saliba as he's not quick enough, so they pushed up and created the high line for Rashid to get in. Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment. Adam, I want to see United play Ole ball against low blocks. And get back to work.
Tell my niece I was off. I'm off today.
Fair enough. And I rate that. Adam says I rate it from Arteta, trying to keep his style and not change for anyone. And look, people are gonna love that or hate that. No matter, you know, people will still have their feelings towards Arteta. Yeah. Some people have changed their mind. I've seen more people change their mind on Arteta. And again, like I said, it's all about how we bounce back from it. And that's
like I said, you know, I'm not his biggest fan. I'm happy with what he's doing right now. And you know what? As Arsenal fans, we just want to be proved wrong. We want to eat that humble pie with some cream. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it's all about.
100%. Boots, how we doing, bro? I think you need to judge it once we've played the big teams. One game like this, I'm not judging this new Arsenal. Sorry, could have gone very different. Let's see once we have a bigger variance.
It's very, very true. We haven't played a big team yet, and we've already lost one.
What I mean, it's a shock result. It happens in the Premier League.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I thought it was Anfield, the Etihad Stadium. Yeah, you know what I mean. But
exactly. Now, to be fair, look, United usually beat us at Old Trafford. We usually beat them in Emirates. Just what happens. Just normal. Just normal. Like,
it's like White Hart Lane, same thing.
Yeah, we can beat them at our exactly. This is interesting. And it says good news. Party started training with the ball again 1 week from coming back, so that's encouraging.
That is very encouraging. He would have ran at midfield.
It's not too quick. It's not too quick. And Carl says, don't think Arsenal need to worry about anything. A game like yesterday's with the history of the two teams can end up being any result. And he's spot on. He's a Man United fan as well. So, you know, I think that's spot on. But listen, Brenny, thanks for joining us. Recap what happened. You know, it hurts because it's Man United, but at the same time, I'm calm. I am calm.
Yeah, same
again, it's all about how we bounce back at the end of the day. We've got 2 games coming this week. Let's see how we do.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's that. Thanks for Travis and Nigel Ingham who also joined us during this stream. But I think we're going to sign off for now. And I'm just going to keep smiling. I mean, look, if you told me 6 games in we're going to be top of the league.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I need to say more. You know, we've won more than anybody else. Who else can say that? So we're going to sign off. If you're rewatching this, please do drop us a comment. Like, subscribe, and all that great stuff. I've been the Silva One. He's been Brenny, and we've been your Armoury TV. And we shall see you for the preview for the Zurich game at some point this week, hopefully.
Take care.